This is Riley with Secret Nightmares Uncovered. A Texas woman has been indicted in the brutal death of her 11-year-old son. He was reportedly tortured and abused before killing him, leaving his body in an abandoned car. A grand jury in Wichita Falls on Wednesday, October 27, 2021, returned an indictment for one count of murder against 38-year-old Stormy Lorraine Johnson for allegedly beating her son Logan Cline to death last year. Johnson and her boyfriend Corey Trumbull, 33, are alleged to have tortured, beaten, and sexually assaulted Cline so viciously that police said he was rendered unable to speak in the weeks before his death. The alleged sexual abuse involved bestiality, and bestiality is a sexual attraction of a human toward a non-human animal, which may involve the experience of fantasies or of the animal pursuing him in real sexual contact with the animal. In April, a grand jury indicted Trumbull on the charge of capital murder of a person 10 to 14 years old. Logan Cline's body was found wrapped in clothing inside an abandoned four-door Ford sedan near a Red Roof Inn on Kenley Avenue in Wichita Falls. Johnson and Trumbull had been living at that hotel with Cline and Johnson's 15-year-old daughter before fleeing to Vegas. The boy's body was discovered after investigators with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department contacted police in Wichita about a victim's remains being disposed of near the motel. Las Vegas authorities had been investigating a domestic violence incident involving Trumbull and Johnson. Johnson said Trumbull choked her with a metal dog leash and beat her, leaving several broken bones, so she escaped from him. Johnson also allegedly told Las Vegas police that her son was murdered inside their room at the Red Roof Inn and his body was in a nearby vehicle. Johnson and Trumbull met in the summer of 2019, and within a month, he was living with her and her kids. They would not stay in any one place too long, moving from motel to motel. And it's kind of ironic how she wants to escape, but didn't let her little boy escape. Stormy Johnson said Logan Cline endured horrific beatings and torture too graphic to describe in detail, and this happened the entire time Trumbull was living with them. Logan's older sister gave detailed descriptions of the torture and abuse that was happening daily and said her mother would participate. She said her brother would be abused using hands, feet, a club, and a knife. She said the sexual abuse of her brother included bestiality on several occasions. The teenage girl herself was also allegedly the victim of sexual abuse by her mother and Trumbull. She also said that 2 weeks before her brother Logan died, Trumbull stomped so hard on his head it left him unable to speak clearly and no longer himself. She stated right before her brother died that Logan was beaten by both adults with fists and objects, including a belt and a stick, that caused him to have seizures and to cough up blood. So then Johnson tries to feed him soup. Trumbull then realizes that Logan had no pulse, so he tried to perform CPR. When the CPR failed, Trumbull put Logan's body in a tub of ice, and he put him in that tub of ice so that way it would keep him cold until he could then put his remains inside the abandoned car. Trumbull and Johnson are also charged in Las Vegas with sexual assault against a child under 16 and possession of visual pornography of a person under 16. Trumbull wanted a poly relationship with an underage girl. And poly is short for polyamorous, which is having multiple partners, loving intentions and intimate relationships at the same time with more than one person with consent. And I'm sorry, but an underage girl cannot give consent. But I just don't think he cared anyway. Trumbull also maintained that the white race is the supreme race and should multiply. Trumbull is being held at the High Desert State Prison in Nevada. He has been convicted of domestic violence with a deadly weapon, child abuse and endangerment, and lewdness with a minor. The grand jury set his bail for capital murder at $2 million. Johnson was convicted of child abuse in Clark County last year before being extradited to Wichita Falls. She is currently being held in the Wichita County Jail on $1,250,000 bond for murder and $250,000 for tampering with evidence. In Clark County, they both are charged with possession of visual pornography of a person under 16 and 3 charges of sexual assault against a child under 16. 2 charges of lewd acts committed by a person over 18 with a child 14 or 15, child abuse or neglect, and Trumbull was also charged with domestic battery by strangulation in connection with allegations involving Johnson in Clark County. Please remember to be kind and show love, especially in this world today. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Tap the notification bell to be notified when we upload a video. We have many cases to cover and many secret nightmares to uncover.